Hello everybody, it's Josie here. So I'm going to be doing my TBR for the month of March. I have a lot of books I'm planning to get through in March. I have already done a TBR for my readathon that I'm taking part in, so it's the first one of the month. It is the Femme Fan Tale readathon, and these are the books that I'm doing for that, so I'm quickly just going to rattle them off. If you want to know a little bit more about them, go to the other video. So the first one is Tentacle by Rita Indiana. The next one is Legendary by Stephanie Garber. The next one is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. We've got Out of the Blue by Sophie Cameron. And then we've got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So like I said, if you want to know more about those ones, go to the other TBR video. But for this one, I'm going to talk about the rest of the books I'm planning to get through. So the first one here is All the Lonely People by David Owen. This sounds really interesting. It's a YA, and it's a kind of a dystopian where you've kind of taken social media to the max, and I feel like you're almost going to go into kind of the interweb and social media, and it's all about this isolation, even though we're constantly surrounded and we're constantly hooked up and connected. So I think it's a really poignant and very on-topic subject for our modern world, and I think it'll be really interesting. So I'm hoping this is going to be very good and very kind of thought-provoking in that way. Then the next one I've got is Black Wave by Michelle Tier. Now, I love Michelle's books. Valencia is one of my all-time favorite books, and she is just this kind of feminist, queer, punk rock, wonderful author. She writes a lot based in the 90s. This is set in 1999, so kind of on the verge of the world ending. And it's about Michelle, the central character, and her friends, so a group of kind of queer ladies in San Francisco in 1999, about their loves, lives, interactions. It's really great. Like, Valencia was incredible. I've really got high hopes for Black Wave. I think it's going to be a similar vein. So I'm really excited to get to reading that one. The next one I've got is Solitaire by Alice Oseman. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman is one of my all-time favourite books, as I think it is a lot of people's. So I want to read more Alice Oseman, and this was the next one. I actually found this one in a charity shop, which I was really excited about. So this one is about our main character, and I think her name is Tori. Yeah, Tori, she has a blog. And she doesn't have a lot of real friends, and she seems to have lost her friends. We don't really know why. And then she makes some new friends in this sort of universe called Solitaire. So I think I was going on a bit of a theme there with All the Lonely People in Solitaire. And again, I think it says that this is not a love story. Yeah, on the front, this is not a love story. I like that. So again, I think as with Radio Silence, it's probably going to be about friendship and about those connections we make with people. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I hope it's going to be as good as Solitaire. I mean, as Radio Silence. Then the next one I've got here is Kate Tempest's The Bricks That Built the Houses. And this is probably more on the vein of Black Wave. So Kate Tempest is a poet, a British poet, and this, I believe, is her first novel. And it's about a group of young Londoners, about a group of friends. And again, it's about their lives, their loves, how their lives interconnect, about their relationships. It's supposed to be queer, so there's some queer characters in here. But just about friendship and personal relationships. My favourite type of things to read about. So again, one that I'm kind of really looking forward to for the month. The next one is my big book for the month. So it's this one over here. It's The Girl with All the Gifts. It's a biggie. And this one, all I really know about this one, and all I really want to kind of know going into it, is it's about kind of zombies. About zombies. And again, I believe it's post-apocalyptic. It's kind of in the fantasy horror section of the bookstore, and I just thought it sounded interesting. People kept telling me it was kind of a really interesting take on the zombie genre. A lot of people really love it, so I thought I would give that, and I believe there's a film of this, so I thought I would give it a go and see what I think about this one. The next one is a Sarah Pinborough book, and that is 13 Minutes. Now, I haven't read any Sarah Pinborough, but this is apparently supposed to be really, really good, and I'm hoping it is. And it's about a girl, I believe she dies. She's dead for 13 minutes, and you don't, and the book is about what happened to her. It was an accident, but was it an accident, and kind of what happened to her and what happened to her in those 13 minutes. So it's kind of like a murder mystery thriller, which is something that I absolutely love. That's one of my kind of, no, it's not a guilty pleasure. It's one of my things that if I want a not fun read, sounds terrible. I like a murder mystery as a fun read, but no, if I want to have something that's gonna kind of keep me gripped and edge of my seat, I love kind of thrillers and good murder mysteries. So I'm hoping, and I think it has a warning on the back that says not suitable. I just realized it's not suitable for younger readers, even though this is a YA. So I think it might be quite good. So high hopes on that one. Then the next one, I saw this in the bookstore and the cover and the title just drew me, and it was almost like a cover by, but it sounds really good. So it's this one over here. It's called The Punk Factor by Rebecca Denton. I love all things punk rock. I love the 70s, so the idea of it saying punk on the front was great. I love books that are about music, and this one is, the main character is, I believe, is into punk rock music, and she's in a band, and it's about her finding herself, standing up for herself, being herself, and it sounds like it's going to be quite feminist as well, which I love. It is YA, but it sounds like it's going to be about friendship, about being who you are, about music, about relationships. So again, it's kind of tailor-made, and I just loved this cover with the stars, and I don't know what it is about this. I just really, really loved it. So, and the word punk, it had the word punk on it, so I had to buy it. And then the last one that I'm planning on reading, that's kind of on my set TBR, is this one over here. It's Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. Again, I've had this one sitting on my shelf for ages, and someone described it as Scooby-Doo meets Stranger Things. I freaking love Stranger Things. I like Scooby-Doo. It's set in the 1990s. I just have to read it. It's kind of like a YA horror friendship-y type of scenario. So again, something that I love. It's kind of nostalgic. I loved, one of my all-time favorites is Grady Hendrix's, oh God, what is it called? Got it here somewhere. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I loved that, and I hope it's going to be sort of in a similar vein. And again, that 90s era is fun to read about. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then ones that I don't actually have physical copies with me at the moment. So there's a couple of anticipated new releases. So the first one that I cannot wait, and it's being released here in the UK on the 7th of March, is Daisy Jones and the Six, which is the new Taylor Jenkins Reid book. And again, like, I tend to choose themes for the month, and the punk factor is about music and about women in music, and so is Daisy Jones and the Six. So I cannot wait to get my hands on that one. Then the other one I cannot wait to get my hands on is the new Jeff Sentner. I think it's called Delilah and Ryan's Midnight Matinee. And again, that one I think is also being released on the 7th of March here in the UK. And I adored The Serpent King, which I read this month actually, as part of the Contemporary-a-thon, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that one. And then the other one I'm really excited about is the new Amy Rose Capetta book, Once in Future, and I believe that's only being released here at the end of the month. But that one is a take on the King Arthur story, but like, again, a feminist, I believe queer feminist take on that myth. So I cannot wait to read that and get my hands on that as well. So those are kind of my sort of pre-orders, new releases that I'm hoping to add to that list. Yeah, so that's gonna be my month. I'll let you know how I go. I'll do some wrap-ups, and yeah, let me know what you're reading. I'd love to know. So yeah, so have a great day, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye-bye.